At that time Abijah the son of Jeroboam fell sick. And Jeroboam said to his wife, "Arise, I pray you, and disguise yourself, that you will not be known to be the wife of Jeroboam, and go to Shiloh. See, there is Ahijah the prophet, who spoke concerning me that I should be king over this people. And take with you 10 loaves, and cakes, and a cruse of honey, and go to him. He will tell you what will become of the lad." And Jeroboam's wife did so, and arose, and went to Shiloh, and came to the house of Ahijah. Now Ahijah could not see, for his eyes were set by reason of his age. And Yahweh said to Ahijah, "Look, the wife of Jeroboam comes to inquire of you concerning her son, for he is sick. Thus and thus you will say to her, for it will be, when she comes in, that she will feign herself to be another woman." And it was so, when Ahijah heard the sound of her feet as she came in at the door, that he said, "Come in, you wife of Jeroboam, why feign you yourself to be another? For I am sent to you with difficult news. Go, tell Jeroboam, this is what Yahweh the God of Israel says, since I exalted you from among the people, and made you leader over my people Israel, and rent the kingdom away from the house of David, and gave it you, and yet you haven't been as my slave David, who kept my commandments, and who followed me with all his heart, to do only that which was right in my eyes, but have done evil above all who were before you, and have gone and made for yourself other gods and molten images, to provoke me to anger, and have cast me behind your back. Therefore, look, I will bring evil on the house of Jeroboam, and will cut off from Jeroboam every one urinating against a wall, whether slave or free in Israel, and will completely sweep away the house of Jeroboam, as a man sweeps away dung until it is all gone. He of Jeroboam who dies in the city, the dogs will eat, and he who dies in the field, the birds of the heavens will eat, for Yahweh has spoken it. You arise therefore, go to your house, and when your feet enter into the city, the child will die. And all Israel will mourn for him and bury him, for he only of Jeroboam will come to the grave, because in him there is found some good thing toward Yahweh the God of Israel in the house of Jeroboam. Moreover, Yahweh will raise up for himself a king over Israel, who will cut off the house of Jeroboam that day. But what? Even now. For Yahweh will strike Israel as a reed is shaken in the water, and he will root up Israel out of this good land which he gave to their fathers, and will scatter them beyond the river, because they have made their Asherim, provoking Yahweh to anger. And he will give Israel up because of the sins of Jeroboam, which he has sinned, and with which he has made Israel to sin. And Jeroboam's wife arose and departed, and came to Tirzah, and as she came to the threshold of the house, the child died. And all Israel buried him, and mourned for him according to the word of Yahweh, which he spoke by his slave Ahijah the prophet. And the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, how he warred and how he reigned, look, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. And the days which Jeroboam reigned were 22 years, and he slept with his fathers, and Nadab his son reigned in his stead. And Rehoboam the son of Solomon reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which Yahweh had chosen out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there, and his mother's name was Naamah the Ammonitess. And Judah did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins which they committed, above all that their fathers had done. For they also built themselves high places, and pillars, and Asherim, on every high hill, and under every green tree. And there were also homosexuals in the land. They did according to all the disgusting behaviors of the nations which Yahweh drove out before the sons of Israel. And it came to pass in the 5th year of King Rehoboam, that Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem. And he took away the treasures of the house of Yahweh, and the treasures of the king's house. He even took away all, and he took away all the shields of gold which Solomon had made. And King Rehoboam made in their stead shields of bronze, and committed them to the hands of the captains of the guard, who kept the door of the king's house. And it was so, that as often as the king went into the house of Yahweh, the guard bore them, and brought them back into the guard chamber. Now the rest of the acts of Rehoboam, and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And there was war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam continually. And Rehoboam slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and his mother's name was Naamah the Ammonitess. And Abijam his son reigned in his stead.